This is Boxing Talk 8576. This is a response vid to Dante's Boxing Nation. He was talking about a Mayweather's interview where he was talking about the Manny Pacquiao situation, how the fight didn't go off, and all this. Talking about what he thought about Manny Pacquiao turning down, money and all this stuff. This is the first thing he said. I want to just play what he said about one of these things in his video.
Manny Pacquiao and of course Bob Arum. It seems to me like Mayweather feels that this is basically a big case of karma when it comes to Manny Pacquiao in regards to what happened in the past negotiations. Now, before I go any further,
now he's saying it seems to him that that Mayweather said it seems to him that it's a big case of karma. Now, how is it in the world is a big case of karma that Manny Pacquiao turned down $40 million? First of all, we don't know if he offered Manny Pacquiao $40 million, because if he really truly offered Manny Pacquiao $40 million, don't you think he would have got that out there in the public? You know what I'm saying? So the public can hear that he offered Manny Pacquiao $40 million. That, you know what I'm saying? Mayweather would have taped that conversation. Come on, man. Let's just call real. You know what I'm saying? Real recognize real. And Mayweather came out in his latest one of his interviews and said that he would never do business with Bob Arum. So was that a legitimate offer of $40 million? According to Mayweather, saying he will never do business with Bob Arum, that wasn't even a legitimate offer to Manny Pacquiao. So that's another way that Floyd Mayweather is contradicting himself. You know, he has these interviews and he constantly contradicts himself and gets himself in this tangled web, and then he tries to get out of the web and he can't find his way out of the web. And that's another thing where he just said, what? It's karma that you should have accepted $40 million, but I would never do business with Bob Arum. So was it really a $40 million offer, or was it just Mayweather just coming out in public just saying, hey, I offered him the money, he didn't accept it? Like we supposed to take your word that you offered the man the money, and we don't have no proof that you offered him the money. So in my estimation, he never offered the man the money. I'm saying I'm looking at it like Mayweather just trying to pull a cover over people's eyes because he don't want to fight the man. If you wanted to fight the man, you would have had it on tape saying, hey, here's the tape, I offered the man the money, he don't want to fight. So the public can be on your side, but you didn't do that. So you didn't really offer him the money. You just want us to believe that you offered him the money. And then Dante's Boxing Nation had another thing about the direction of the careers.
you need me just as much as I need you, Floyd. But looking back in hindsight, if you look at the direction that Pacquiao's career went and the direction that Floyd Mayweather's career went, following the conversation that Pacquiao and Mayweather had on the phone, I think it's safe to say that Manny Pacquiao did run into some serious bad luck.
Okay, now Dante's Boxing Nation right there. Now you trying to give Mayweather, trying to help Mayweather make his case. Oh, he didn't fight me. Now his career has went down because he lost 2 fights against. He lost one against Bradley, a controversial fight, and he lost a knockout loss to Marquez, which Marquez was his rival, and they were always going to have a close fight. And it took Marquez 4 fights to really figure Pacquiao out and set that trap for Pacquiao, and Pacquiao ran right into it. I give Marquez all the credit in the world. But you trying to say right here that if Mayweather saying you should have took the $40 million because look at you now, you got knocked out. So if you'd have took the $40 million, you would have been fine. But like I said, Mayweather never offered this man that $40 million. You can say what you want to say. You can try to take Mayweather's word for it. But he did not offer that man $40 million, because if he offered the man $40 million, he would have taped that conversation and made sure that he had Manny Pacquiao on tape turning down the fight. Mayweather was never offering the man the fight. He knew that Manny Pacquiao was not going to take $40 million. Why would Manny Pacquiao take $40 million in a fight that's potentially going to make about $300 million? You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao is not dumb. He's not gonna take no $40 million flat and then don't get none of the pay-per-view or nothing like that. So once again, Dante's Boxing Nation, you trying to make an excuse for Mayweather, which in hindsight, the truth is Mayweather never offered the man $40 million because he said he would never do business with Bob Arum. So if that was his so-called offer, it was never going to be a offer anyway. So we see that, we know that now. So that right there is not even a discussion. If the man never offered him the $40 million, if he never said he was going to do business with Bob Arum, the $40 million that he offered was not even legit. It was just something that for Mayweather to say, oh, I offer him the money, he turned it down. You know what I'm saying? To me, when you offer somebody a ridiculous amount of money in the negotiations and you know the man is not going to accept it, that's my way of saying you don't want to fight. The guy don't want to fight if he gonna offer a ridiculous amount on a negotiation, knowing the other guy's not gonna accept it. You know what I'm saying? That's like negotiation 101. We heard that record before. And here's another situation I want to bring up about Floyd's interview.
One person is doing horrible, the other person is doing fantastic. Now, this is where I do want to criticize Floyd Mayweather a little bit when it comes to his antics and everything that he's saying right now. Now, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather, inside the ring, Floyd Mayweather is the most intelligent fighter there is. Maybe the most smartest fighter of all time. All right? I mean, this man, you could call him the brain when it comes to fighting inside of that ring. No one can really outthink Floyd Mayweather. Very intelligent. He's operating from the right hemisphere of the brain, something that at least 95% of other fighters cannot do. Now, when it comes to outside of the ring, when it comes to interviews, when it comes to Floyd Mayweather making any type of comments about even boxing, a lot of times it shows that Floyd Mayweather is not the smartest man when it comes to talking about the sport or
Okay, now you saying in one breath you saying he's the smartest guy in the ring, and you give him a lot of credit for being smart in the ring, and then you say when he have interviews, Floyd Mayweather is really not that smart. Like you say, you like to read between the lines. I'm gonna read between the lines what you just said right there. Translation: you are trying to say, what you are trying to say is, Mayweather, you need to be smarter in interviews. You need to say stuff that will help you in interviews. Don't tell the truth. Don't say that we built Canelo up and we knocked him down. We made y'all believe he was something, we knocked him down. Don't say stuff like that. Say something that's going to help you. See, Mayweather, I don't believe for 1 minute Mayweather is dumb in interviews. The thing is about Mayweather, he's so arrogant that he tells the truth in the interviews when he should say something that's politically correct. He'll say something totally different than what he should be saying. You know what I'm saying? He should say a certain thing and he just don't say it. He tells the truth on himself, and that's his problem. That's why he gets himself tangled up in these weaves and interviews. Because in one interview, yeah, he'll tell all the truth. And in another interview, he'll try to clean it up, which he had already hung himself. You know what I'm saying? When he said, "Oh, y'all thought Canelo was really something. We built him up and make y'all believe like he was something. Then I just knocked him down. We built all these opponents up and we knocked them down." So that goes to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Seeing the light that the man is a cherry picker. He's a cherry picker. He's not fighting fights that he should be fighting. He fighting these fights like he say we build him up. So he built Canelo up. Golden Boy built him up, make him like this fierce fighter. Which, if you see with your own eyes, Canelo was fighting blown up welterweights. He was not facing guys that were really naturally 154-pound fighters. As soon as he fought Austin Trout, there was a natural 154-pound fighter. He struggled in the fight, and some people say he lost the fight. I say Canelo won the fight barely because of the knockdown separated it, but he struggled in that fight. He did not dominate Trout like he was dominating the guys at 140, the guys that came up from 147 to fight at 154. You know what I'm saying? He was barely hanging on and hurt by Canelo, by Cotto brother. badly hurt. So don't try to give Mayweather a pass for being smart. Don't give Mayweather credit for being smart in the ring. Try to give him a pass for being smart, not being smart outside the ring, because you want Mayweather to say things that are going to help him, because you want Mayweather not to say things that are going to hurt him, and he's saying things that hurts him, but it's the truth because he's so arrogant. It comes out in his interviews. So this is another thing that you said in your video.
It does have a point when he says, you know, you were pretty much looking at me like you didn't need me when I offered you the $40 million. Well, look at you now. Look at how things have turned for the worse. You should have took the damn money, and that's basically the gist of it. But
okay, now you saying Manny Pacquiao, Floyd is trying to say that you said that Manny Pacquiao didn't need him. That's why he turned down the $40 million. No, let's just go back again. Manny Pacquiao turned down the $40 million because Floyd Mayweather came in with a low ball, if he ever offered him the money, which I don't believe he offered him the money. But anyway, he came in with a low ball offer, trying to offer that man $40 million, and knowing good and well that fight was going to generate maybe $300 million, and tried to say that Manny Pacquiao could not have any of the pay-per-view. So Manny Pacquiao can't have any of the pay-per-view, but it takes you and Manny Pacquiao to make this big fight. Because guess what, Floyd, you cannot make a bigger fight with anyone else except for Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao cannot make a bigger fight with anyone else except you. So both of y'all need each other. It's not that Manny Pacquiao needs Floyd Mayweather or Floyd Mayweather needs Pacquiao. They both need each other to make this $300 million fight. And Manny Pacquiao understood that. So he was not going to let Floyd Mayweather come in and lowball him and give him a $40 million flat rate on a fight that's going to make upwards of $300 million. So that's another thing that Floyd Mayweather tried to, you know what I'm saying, he tried to come in and lowball the man. The man was not going to let you lowball him if you indeed offered him the $40 million, which I don't believe. Here go another thing that you said.
This fight, it needs to happen. Now, I totally agree with Floyd Mayweather when I say his career won't be solely defined on this fight alone, because Floyd Mayweather has done so much, and not only has he done so much, but Floyd Mayweather continued to win.
Okay, now you say you don't believe that this, if he don't fight Manny Pacquiao, his career won't be solely defined on it. Let me just crush that right now. His career, in big bold letters, people are going to say, you did not fight Manny Pacquiao. You did not. See, Manny Pacquiao never came out and say he's the greatest fighter in the world and all this stuff. I'm the greatest fighter ever. Floyd Mayweather came out and said he's the greatest fighter ever and the greatest fighter that ever lived. He the one said he's better than Sugar Ray Robinson. He the one said he's better than Muhammad Ali. He's the one said he's better than Sugar Ray Leonard. Not Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao's been humble about it. When you come out and say you the greatest ever, or you the greatest ever that put on a pair of gloves, people want you to prove it. And then people say Manny Pacquiao was a bad man at the same time you was a bad man, and y'all, it was in the same era and the same weight class, and y'all never fought each other for whatever reason, and you say you the best ever to do it. They're gonna say, oh, you never fought Manny Pacquiao. So why did you never fight? Why didn't you fight the most dangerous guy in your era? Because one thing about Manny Pacquiao, which no one can deny, Manny Pacquiao is not a paper champion. Manny Pacquiao is a legitimate champion when he won the belts. He was a legitimate champion. He wasn't a guy that was built up. Manny Pacquiao did not go to the Olympics. Manny Pacquiao wasn't heralded as a amateur fighter. Manny Pacquiao built himself up from the ground up. He came from weight class from 108 pounds to came up and fought great fighters. You know what I'm saying? He fought Morales. You know what I'm saying? He fought Cotto. He fought Mosley. He fought De La Hoya. He fought a lot of great fighters. So he was not built up. He was not a guy that won a couple fights and got hot during Mayweather era, and Mayweather didn't fight him. You know what I'm saying? You can say, okay, and let's say Manny Pacquiao lost to a guy he wasn't supposed to lose to after he was hot, and you know what I'm saying, the media built him up. You could say, okay, he was media built up, you know what I'm saying, he lost. Okay, Mayweather, we'll give you a you don't have to fight. You ain't have to fight him. He wasn't what we thought he was. But Manny Pacquiao is what we thought he was. Manny Pacquiao is a great fighter. You keep on saying he lost. Great fighters lose, so it doesn't matter about Manny Pacquiao losing. Manny Pacquiao is a great fighter. Manny Pacquiao will go to the Hall of Fame. Manny Pacquiao beat just as many as Hall of Fame fighters that Mayweather beat. Manny Pacquiao beat just as many world champions as Mayweather beat. So don't try to you know what I'm saying, shit on Manny Pacquiao like he's not a great fighter. He's a great fighter. Imagine if Muhammad Ali didn't fight Frazier. Imagine if Sugar Ray Leonard didn't fight Hearns. Just imagine if he didn't fight Hearns and he just skipped over Hearns and never fought Hearns. People would have been saying you did not fight one of the greatest welterweights in your weight class at the time that you fought in your era. That's a black eye on your career. Dontae's Boxing Nation, I respect your boxing knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You say some things I don't agree with. You say some things I like, but I don't agree with this. You cannot give Mayweather a pass on this. This is going to hurt his career if he never fight Manny Pacquiao. We all know that. Everyone knows that. That's why Mayweather gets so sensitive when guys come out and say, when guys come out and talk about Manny Pacquiao, the first thing he says is, my career is not going to be defined on one fight. We're not going to say your whole career is going to be defined, but your career, people are going to look back and say, you did not fight that bad man at the same time you was a bad man. People perceived you as being a bad man. So here's another thing I want to talk about. It was another thing you said in your video that I want to discuss, and you kind of contradict yourself a little bit on this.
For the Sunday, okay? Even though Manny Pacquiao has lost, you know, 2 of his last 3 fights, but if Manny Pacquiao can go through the entire 2014 without losing, which, you know, it's sad that we even think that way of Manny Pacquiao, because if Pacquiao was on the level of Floyd Mayweather, I wouldn't even be saying that. It would be a far-going conclusion.
Okay. So you saying if Manny Pacquiao don't go undefeated in 2014, you know what I'm saying, it's predictable because he's not on the same level as Floyd Mayweather. So you keep trying to downplay Manny Pacquiao as a great fighter. So because we all know Floyd Mayweather is undefeated, you trying to say Manny Pacquiao, if you can't go undefeated in 2014, you're not on the same level as Floyd Mayweather. You're trying to put Manny Pacquiao so far below Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather's undefeated. Undefeated, we have to see when the fighter is undefeated, then we have to go to their resume. And you know what I'm saying? Let's just be honest. Mayweather has ducked a lot of fighters. You know what I'm saying? He's ducked a lot of fighters. So to say that Manny Pacquiao is not on his level because he never lost, Manny Pacquiao is on Floyd Mayweather's level. He's on Floyd Mayweather's level. Whether you like it or not, he's on Floyd Mayweather's level. Floyd Mayweather knows he has to fight this guy because he wouldn't be coming out in the media trying to, what he's trying to do, he's trying to assassinate Manny Pacquiao's character by saying this and this and that and this and trying to make points. But the point of the matter is, people want to see you get in the ring and prove that you can beat Manny Pacquiao. Plain and simple. Just plain and simple. Here's another thing you said.
I have to basically, you guys telling me I have to fight Marquez's leftovers, Tim Bradley's leftovers? People would not demand that Manny Pacquiao challenge Floyd Mayweather.
So you trying to say that okay, now you saying that Mayweather is saying in his interview, I don't have to fight Manny Pacquiao because that's Bradley's and Marquez's leftovers. Let me get you updated on boxing. Every fighter fights everyone's leftovers because boxing is a recycling bin. So every fighter end up fighting someone that some other fighter fought. So don't give me that. That was not a good, you know what I'm saying, thing to say that, oh, I have to fight Marquez and Bradley leftovers. That's just another reason to put out there, I don't want to fight Manny Pacquiao. Mayweather should just come out and say he don't want to fight Manny Pacquiao because I'm scared of the guy.
Why the double standard exists? Because people just want to see Mayweather lose. They don't want to see Manny Pacquiao lose. They want to see Mayweather lose. So they wouldn't demand Manny Pacquiao to fight Mayweather after Mayweather done already lost, because that's all they wanted to see in the first place, is to see Mayweather lose. So then they would look at it as, we don't even want to give Mayweather a chance of beating Manny Pacquiao. So no, we don't even want to see that fight. We don't want to see that fight. Just like fans didn't want to see Manny Pacquiao fight Tim Bradley. Fans never wanted to see the Bradley fight. Like I said, I did a prediction on that video.
Now, I will agree with you right there. People didn't want to see the Manny Pacquiao fight Tim Bradley. In my opinion, people didn't want to see Pacquiao fight Tim Bradley because they wanted the Floyd Mayweather fight. People didn't want to see Mayweather fight the guys he was fighting because they wanted to see the Manny Pacquiao fight. So, you know what I'm saying? Let's be real about it. Let's not you know what I'm saying, blame it on the fans and say, oh, why y'all don't want to see this fight? Y'all don't want to see this fight because y'all think Tim Bradley gonna beat Pacquiao. No, because people were waiting on the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather fight. They did not want to see that fight. They didn't want to see Floyd Mayweather fight Guerrero. You know what I'm saying? So Guerrero deserves to fight, you know what I'm saying, Floyd Mayweather before Manny Pacquiao? Don't think so. So that's another thing. So I don't know the thinking on blaming it on the fans about not fighting why you fighting Bradley. It's because people got tired. People want to see the Floyd Mayweather Manny Pacquiao fight. That's why. It wasn't because Bradley was not a good fighter. They just anybody Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather fight is not good enough because those two guys are not fighting. So that's just the reality of the situation. We got to understand that the fans are tired of not seeing the fight that they want to see. So here's something else you said.
And people still say that. So imagine if Floyd would have got knocked out by Miguel Cotto. Okay? So these are some more of the double standards that exist in the sport of boxing today. Just like Floyd Mayweather said, I have to agree. He was like, I have to basically, you guys telling me I have to fight Marquez's leftovers, Tim Bradley.
So he said in his video that if Manny Pacquiao cannot, you know what I'm saying, go undefeated in 2014 against Ruslan and Bradley, in one breath he said if he can't go undefeated against Ruslan and Bradley, you know what I'm saying, he's not on Mayweather level. But then in another breath he said that'll be Ruslan and Bradley. If he fight Ruslan and Bradley in 2014, that'll be a tough road for Manny Pacquiao. So what is it? So that means Ruslan and Bradley, in your opinion, are really good fighters. So that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to fight really good fighters. You're supposed to fight really good challenges. Because in my opinion, if you look at Mayweather's last two opponents, Guerrero and Canelo, I can tell you, in my opinion, Ruslan is on the same level as Guerrero, and Bradley, Canelo is not even on Bradley's level. So if Manny Pacquiao fights Ruslan and Bradley, that's better than Mayweather fighting Guerrero and Canelo. So I don't understand what you're saying right there. You're trying to say that if he don't beat those two guys, he's nothing, but then you're trying to say those two guys will be a tough road for him. That's because those two guys are really good challenges for him, and people see that Ruslan and Bradley are for real. We see that they are for real challenges. So Ruslan is on the same level as Guerrero, and Bradley is a better challenge for Manny Pacquiao than Canelo was for Mayweather, because Bradley is a better fighter than Canelo. We all know that. So, you know what I'm saying? Mayweather can just keep on trying to window his way out of the reasons why he don't want to fight Manny Pacquiao. In my opinion, the guy's scared. The guy knows that Manny Pacquiao's style will give him a lot of problems because Manny Pacquiao move at crazy angles, throw punches from crazy angles. Manny Pacquiao is southpaw. Mayweather know he cannot use the Philly shell defense against Manny Pacquiao. So, and Manny Pacquiao has power. So he never fought a fighter with all this package in one. So we all know that. But this is Boxing Talk 8576. I'm out.